She's not working with my clientele, and it really.
So you don't tell her how much you get paid?
No, because she really huff and puff around the house, and really the only reason we here because my boyfriend Tank Daddy, who she was dating, broke up with her, and she was pissed about it, and so I didn't agree with the situation. So that's the only reason why we really here is because she mad because I didn't take her side in the situation.
This case right here is a perfect example of how trust can turn toxic when boundaries are ignored. Buckle up, because we're diving into a full-blown family feud that went from make yourself at home to see you in court real fast.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor.
It all kicks in with the mom accusing her daughter of being a bum. Shots are fired from the get-go. Like, damn, not even a warm-up. We're straight in the deep end.
I let her move into my house 3 years ago, and she got 2 twin boys. She does nothing to support.
So, she let her daughter move in 3 years ago. Not 3 weeks, 3 years. And what has the daughter done in return? Nothing, according to mom.
$400?
We never had no agreement. We ain't never had no agreement.
Excuse me.
Hold on 1 second, Miss Faye Foster. Excuse me.
Now, here's where the thing gets even juicier. Like, imagine there was a $400 monthly agreement, and the daughter did not even accept it. Like, whoa.
We just gonna sit here and let her say whatever she wants to say?
I'm just going to sit here and let her say what she wants to while I'm speaking to her.
And the way she says it sounds like she's offended by the idea of even paying rent. And here the judge steps in, calming both parties, and I'm like, girl, you're lucky this judge is patient, because that tone, that I'm just gonna sit here while she lies energy, that's dangerous in court.
That she would pay $400 a month, plus she would pay $275 a month, so I put her kids in insurance.
So back to mama. According to her, the daughter agreed to pay $400 rent, plus $275 for health insurance. That's $675 total. That's a steal for 3 people. Most of us can't even get a studio apartment for that.
Okay.
And since she's been there, she's maybe giving me a total in 3 months of $200. It's always some excuse why she couldn't pay. And I said, and I told her, I'm on a fixed income, you know, and I'm doing all this for you and the kids.
But in 3 months, the daughter's only given her $200. Total, not monthly, total, for 3 months. That's not helping out. That's playing house with someone else's wallet.
You know, and she has a job. Plus she does braiding people's hair on the weekend.
Where does she work?
Mama is doing everything, feeding the kids, taking them to school while her daughter sleeps in. Daughter has a job and a side hustle braiding hair on the weekends. She's not broke. She's just not contributing.
And I think she said she's a customer service somebody thing, but
she braids hair on the side.
Ma'am.
You say she braids hair on the side?
Yes, she does, in my back room.
To be honest, this one killed me. The daughter braids hair in her mom's back room, gives the client snacks, but doesn't buy her own kids snacks. How are you feeding your customers but not your children? That's just wild.
A month?
Well, I know she charges about $300 to $400 depending on the length of your hair. Mm-hmm. And she normally on the weekend do at least 3 to 4 heads.
Okay.
This story of the money breakdown is interesting. Daughter charges $300 to $400 per head. Does 3 to 4 heads a weekend. That's up to $1,200 a weekend. A weekend, not a month. That's side hustle gold and she's still not paying rent.
Continue.
Okay, so I told her, I said, well, you can give me some of that, you know, to help out and on you living here and me taking care of the kids, and I'm using the gas to go take them to their soccer practice and to their football practice.
And on top of all this, Mama's driving the kids to football, soccer, school, and the daughter's response, she thinks the grandmother is obliged to do all that. Well, for your information, ma'am, grandmothers are not built-in nannies. This woman's not even trying to be subtle.
The twins are 10.
All right, and you said they're boys?
They're boys, 2 boys.
All right. Are they involved in any kind of extracurricular activities?
Yes, they play football and they play soccer and basketball.
All right.
The twins are 10, playing 3 sports. That's expensive and time-consuming. Does mom help with any of that? Nope, not the fees, not the rides, just vibes and excuses.
For them to live there.
Okay.
Because she got put out of her last place. So I said, okay, you can come home, but I'm on a fixed income, so if you give me $400 a month, and then she said, okay.
She got evicted from her last place. Mama took her in. All she had to do was pay $400. She paid $200 once in 3 years. There are freeloaders, and then there's this. And even with all that, she didn't kick her out. She took her to court instead, because that's what people do when talking stops working.
It was supposed to be temporary until she found her a place to stay that they can afford. But it's been 3 years, and I don't think she's looking for any place to stay, Your Honor.
Here comes the twist. The stay was supposed to be temporary just until the daughter got back on her feet. But 3 years later, the daughter hasn't even looked for a place, not even tried.
Yes, Your Honor. She, she's always gone. She doesn't attend a function because she said, she got to go out with her girls and kick it, or she got to be with a man and kick it. And so, I was like, you're not even trying to be a part of these kids' life. You just want to be fancy free and let somebody else take care of your kids. So,
Okay.
That's.
And then comes the final punch. Like the daughter's always out with her girls or with a man, not even showing up to her own kids' lives. If that's not heartbreaking, I don't know what is.
I mean, what's all that about? The huffing, puffing, and
Because she's lying. She's telling half-truths and sitting over there in her Christian outfit like everything she's saying is the gospel. Yes, me and my children did move in.
Now it's the daughter's turn. Did you listen to what she said? Like talking to your mom like this? Calling out as a liar? I mean, respect her? Like she did not even wait to say, "Hi, Judge," not, "Let me explain." She comes in hot and head.
3 years ago, but what she didn't say was, it's because I had a tragic divorce with my ex-husband, who her and her church members just wanted me to marry this guy because he was so churchly and good, and he ended up being the devil. And in our divorce, he wiped us clean.
Okay.
And my credit was messed up. He took all the money and he left. And he did all of that, and so it left us devastated. So my mother...
She says she moved in after a bad divorce. Okay, we get that. But then she blames her mom for pushing the marriage, blaming the church, blaming everyone else. Still no accountability.
No, that was never an agreement.
Okay, hold on. So was there any agreement for you to give her any money to financially support your children?
She said to...
No, that was a yes or no.
Then, 2 seconds later, she has the audacity to contradict her words. Sis, which one is it? No or kinda?
Well, yes.
You'd agree with me that 3 years is no longer temporary, right?
I would say it's no longer temporary, but in the moments where I would say, you know what, I'm gonna do what I can to see what I can to get, it was her, the one that was talking about, oh, that's not a good place for my grandbabies, or you don't need to take them over there.
So the daughter admits it was temporary. She admits it too, man. Okay, but 3 years? If your only option is freeloading, you're not trying hard enough.
Move out yourself and leave the children with her.
I mean, she knows what the situation is. I mean, when I was working, which she knows at this point that there was a huge layoff because of COVID and why I started doing hair in the first place to try and make amends.
Now here's where it gets sad again. Daughter says she wants to move out, but has no plan, no money saved, and no timeline. Then she blames her mom for dragging her into court. Ma'am, you've been living rent-free for 3 years. Be serious.
Cooking and cleaning for a house that you reside in, you don't get any credit for that, okay? You should do those things, right?
Wait, she thinks cooking and cleaning is enough. Like cooking and cleaning where you live doesn't count. That's not a contribution. That's survival. And of course, doing dishes doesn't equal child support.
Within the next 2 months, I would say.
2 months, okay.
She finally gives a vague timeline. 2 months, and the judge was done too, as one can see that.
That is not true.
How much do you make a week?
It just fluctuates on how my clientele does.
Well, let's just do it by average then. On a monthly basis, how much money do you say you bring in from braiding hair?
I would say monthly. Monthly, I would say $1,200.
And here comes the money talk. Daughter says she makes $1,200 a month from braiding, but earlier we heard she makes that on one Saturday. Even the judge hits her with a, "Do I look like I was born yesterday?"
And she was pissed about it. And so I didn't agree with the
okay.
situation. So that's the only reason why we really here is because she mad because I didn't take her side in the situation.
And now we enter the plot twist zone. Like the real reason they're in court is because she started dating her mom's ex. Ma'am, what? Tank Daddy. This is daytime TV gold.
I have your gross calculated at $3,283. That $1,200 that you just testified to, I'm deeming that as income in addition to what you make monthly. So that's how I got to that number, $3,283. That brings your net to $2,798. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right number. Yes, $2,798.18.
The judge don't care about Tank Daddy. She's running the numbers. Between the job and braiding, daughter's making $3,283 gross per month. And now, time to pay up.
$670 plus $84 is $754. That's how much you'll pay your mom a month.
$700.
$754
Your
exactly.
breakup. That's what
No,
this is
because
about.
you need to
This
pay
is
for
what
your
this
own
is
children,
about.
ma'am.
This is what
Excuse
this is
me,
about.
excuse me, I'm speaking. It's $754. It's what's in the best interest of the children. These are your children, not your mother's children. These are her grandchildren.
Boom, judge's orders. You need to pay for your own children. And honestly, that's the realest line of the whole episode.
There we are. Do you have any other questions?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, thank you, Your Honor, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you. See, all you had to do was do
Don't
the
say
right
nothing
thing.
to me.